Hello everyone, Danny here for FilesNation.com, and today we're going to be playing Red Dwarf 11, the video game. This is a promotional game for the new TV series Red Dwarf, which is currently being shown on the Dave TV channel in the United Kingdom and on UK TV Play. As you may know, I am a massive fan of Red Dwarf. It's a science fiction television series which started back in the year of my birth, 1988, and it's been going on for quite a long time. It's basically a science fiction sitcom game set in the future, and the idea is far too bizarre for me to really go into in detail, but if you're a fan of the show, you're probably going to be watching this video. Anyway, just go through a little bit of the basics. This is the menu screen, and you can link this to your Facebook account. As you can see, that's where it's got my picture on it, and basically you've got in the top right hand corner, you've got your level, so I'm currently level 4. You've got your space miles, which is basically just how far in the game you've travelled, and also there's these little star things that you collect throughout the game. That's just a counter of that. You click on these bars up here in the top left hand corner, and there's not a lot to do here at the moment, but basically you can rate the game, like the game, and there's some leaderboards. If you go on the main score leaderboard, you can see people who have just basically got the highest score at the moment. My score is quite poor, as you can see. Anyway, you got your profile, shows you your scores and so on and so forth. Link it to your Facebook. You can also rate the game. The good thing about this game is they're quite good at taking feedback and stuff, so a lot of bugs are being fixed and stuff, so you can actually report bugs there. And there's no in-app purchases yet, so there's none of that crap at the moment. However, there may be in the future, because there is a button here that says restore purchases, so there may be in-app purchases at some point down the line. And also this is just a page of collectible items that you can pick up as you go through the game. I haven't picked up anything yet except for that broken toaster with a sticker on it that says no toasting. If you have seen the first episode of the show, you'll understand that reference. So yeah, I'm just going to go through a few of the little games. Basically, the way this game is structured is based on the TV series that's currently being shown here in the UK at the moment. On the left-hand side, you've got all the episodes of this series. So the first episode was called Twentica, and then there's Samsara, Give and Take, Officer Rimmer, Crisis, and Can of Worms. And each one of these TV episodes is split down into various little games of different types. I've done a few of them, but as you can see, there's basically this number of games that you can play, and that just basically takes you through the episode. So it is going to be a little bit spoilery of the episode. So if you don't want to hear any spoilers about the first episode of Red Dwarf 11, then don't watch this video. I'm telling people not to watch this video, though. That's kind of shouldn't be how that works. Anyway, the first game is basically you're flying Starbug, and you have to tap on these asteroids to blow them up. I have to say the graphics in this game are very nice indeed. It looks very pretty, but the gameplay is kind of basic. You don't actually steer Starbug or fly it or anything like that. All you have to do basically is just tap on the red markers just to blow up these asteroids. So that's all I'm doing, just tapping away. Not too difficult. The difficulty level kind of increases as you go on, but it's nothing special really. It's nothing complicated. It's just tapping away at these. There's these little white orb things that you collect as you go through as well. I'm not sure how you would collect these really in this particular game mode, because you can't actually steer Starbug. It's not even responsive like to tilting the screen or anything like that. It just doesn't do anything. It's literally just a case of tapping on the red markers. There is an extra element to the gameplay as well, a little bit later on, in that you have to scan that ship, which you can see over in the distance. And basically the way that will work is, I'll show you now. You swing around and the little green circle should appear when the ship comes into range. And all you have to do is just tap in the green circle there, and then it'll scan the ship. You just basically have to make sure you don't get hit by any asteroids, like I just did, or move out of the range of the circle before that's done. So it's just a case of tapping in the green circle and then making sure you defend your ship very well. Anyway, that's all there is to this particular game mode. It's nothing too exciting yet. So you tap in there. Wait for that to finish. There you go, scan complete, very good. The second stage of the game is called Rimmer Hostage, and basically this is like a top-down third-person kind of view. The way this works is whenever you're tapping on the screen, Rimmer will move forwards. There's no stopping him from moving forwards. You can't, move backwards or anything like that. You just always go forwards. But you can swipe left and right to move him left and right. Just give him a second and he'll try and open the door here. There you go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Always everyone's standard door combination number. So yeah, you can move forwards and left and right. So basically you have to think about this. It's not so much evident at this early stage of the level, but further down there are diverging paths and stuff like that. So you basically have to think about which way you're going to go and which pickups you're going to pick up, because you can't go backwards, you can't change your mind, you can't backtrack after you've decided to go a particular way. You've kind of committed to it. There's these green vents which are shooting out green vents. Whoever designed this corridor clearly wasn't thinking about the health and safety of the people who would have to use it. But hey, this is Red Dwarf. When does anything ever make sense? Oh yeah, and the electric shunty things as well. That's useful. Absolute death trap, this corridor. Would not pass a safety inspection, I fancy. Anyway, there's another gameplay mechanic here as well, which we should see in a second, which is basically the simulants, which are just rip-offs of the Borg from Star Trek. You have to basically get involved in a little gunfight with them. So if I recall, you do pick up like a weapon in a second. Just have to time this properly so you don't get caught up in the electric or the gas, which I am doing quite badly at the moment. Here we go. So yeah, there's bazookoid, which is just like a big gun, basically. Pick that up, move on to stage 2, move forward. So basically what this involves is you'll see enemies. Oh yeah, there you go. Diverging path, so I have to make sure I go left there to pick that power up. So yeah, basically if you get close enough to these enemies, it will stop the screen dead. And you then basically have to try and hit the enemy while the marker is on top of them. Probably easier just to show you rather than try and explain. So there you go. I now have to try and hit him within so many tries, otherwise he will start firing back at me. And when they start firing back at you, you do take a lot of damage quite quickly. It's quite useful to get that right first time if you can. You get maybe 3 attempts to finish the job. You have to hit him twice in order to kill him. So the way you approach them, there is a little bit of tactics to that, but because it freezes you in the spot, you can't like duck for cover or anything like that. It's a case of once the battle begins, you have to see through to the end. So make sure you're ready for that, basically. Just going to quickly show you some of the other game modes as well. They're all very similar, really. This one is basically called Time Surf, and all this involves really is just swinging around this little time vortex, avoiding the asteroids, and picking up the power-ups as they come along towards you. Nothing terribly complicated about this game mode. It's just basically doing this. Yeah, so I'm not going to show like loads of the gameplay from this because it's very, very much repetitive. One thing that I would criticize the game for is the fact that it does make you do things 3 times. So basically you'll get to the end of this level and then it'll make you play the level again 2 more times, but basically just increase the difficulty as it goes on. Some of the levels I don't mind that so much, like this one's quite easy and doesn't take very long, so that's fine, but there are other ones which I'll show you in a minute which are terrible for it. So for example, this next game called Starbug Controls is like really horrible, and basically what it involves is just tapping on various control panels. It'll tell you on the top left what you need to press on, and then you just have to go and press that before the time runs out. I really hate this level, and to be honest, when you have to do this 3 times as well, it's just really, really sort of repetitive and dull and very frustrating. So whatever you do, you don't want to get involved in this game. Basically, it's not very good. Probably my favourite mini game in this is the one where you have to recharge Crichton. So basically, you just have to open up his open up his chest plates and put these charging points onto his nipple clamps, and then you have to basically recharge Crichton using the spinny thing. And then it's quite a simple game, but yeah, you basically just then have to press when the arrow is in the green area. Very simple game, really, not very difficult, but just the idea of putting nipple clamps on Crichton's nipple nuts just amuses me, as it would any other fan of Red Dwarf. Yeah, I mean, basically, this is all of the game modes, essentially. When you move... Oh, crap, that was not good. When you move later on, it's basically like recycled gameplay mechanics. For example, there's one where you basically play as the cat, moving through the streets of New York, but it's very similar to the Rimmer section. Except it's more stealthy, it's more Metal Gear Solid-y. You have to basically avoid detection rather than getting involved in gunfights. But yeah, I mean, the gameplay mechanics are very simple, and they are recycled a little bit. But the environments are different. The graphics are very nice. For a mobile game, it's not too bad, really. You know, it's one of those, it's a little time filler for when you're on the bus or whatever. So thanks very much for watching Red Dwarf the video game. Like I say, this is available now on iOS and Android for the low price of £1.99 British pence. And it's not a bad little game to get, as I say, it's a little bit of a filler. If you're a fan of Red Dwarf, then this is a must-have. And it's, you know, it's good because there will be more content coming for it as the episodes are released on TV over the coming weeks. So it is going to have a little bit of replayability factor there. It's not going to just be, you know, this one game. Hopefully when the new episodes come out, there'll be different game modes and stuff. It won't just be the same thing over and over again on a different setting. But I may, you know, check that out when those updates are released. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this little video. A little bit of a different thing for you. But we'll be back soon with some more mod videos and other things of that nature. Don't forget to check out filesnation.com for all the latest news from the modding world. And we're also over there on the forums as well. So come by and say hi. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe this video if you did. And we'll see you again in the next one. Take care and ta-ra.